Hi friends, I am Anil. Welcome to my channel Computer Basics. Till now we have discussed regarding something hardware basics, software basics. Now we are discussing programming basics. So in programming basics, we do not concentrate on language because as I told you, up to some extent, up to some concepts, it is same for all the languages. So as a beginner, all are asking which language is good for me, C++ or Java or Python. So I will tell you, you learn any of them or you start with all of them. Okay. So we need programming skill. After that, you can go for choosing any language. So up to which the concepts are same for all the languages, we will consider all the languages. After that, we will choose whether we will read C or C++ or Java or Python. So if you are an engineering student first year, you have not subscribed, subscribe the channel. If you are a BCA or MCA student, not subscribe the channel, now subscribe it. If you are engineering student and CSE, IT or electronics branch, then irrespective of your semester, you subscribe this channel, definitely you will get something different, and programming will you will feel the programming easy after watching the videos. So today in our fifth class of programming basics, we will see regarding another program, that is addition of two numbers, addition of two numbers without user input, without user input. Okay, so why I told you without user input? There are two type of programs in addition of two numbers. In one program we will not input anything, two values we will take inside the program only, that will not be considered as input. Okay, so it is told without user input. In the second program, if in this video it will time will sufficient, I will do it, or in next video, there we will enter two numbers from the keyboard, that will be with user input. So as I told you, for the programming we should follow 5 steps. First we should find out, according to step 1, what is input. So in this program also, as user input is not there, there is no input. What is output? Output is sum of two integers, sum of two integers. Now let us write the program or algorithm. Step 3, algorithm. Okay, algorithm is nothing but the step-by-step representation in the English language. That's it. Okay, now to add two numbers, first we have what we have to do. As I told you, step 1 always start. Step 2, in English language we will write, let x and y be the known variables, let z be the unknown variables. These things we are writing in English. Same thing we will write, but in a slight different language. Declare x, y. That means here x and y are the unknown variables, and z is the known variable. So three variables are declared. Now assign values, as we are not giving any input, so assign values to x and y, x and y. So as we are not giving any input, first we have to take the value of x and y, then calculate z, calculate z. So z is equal to, how you will calculate, x plus y. Okay, now step 5, display the result. Display the result. That's the algorithm. Okay, so last step is stop or end. This is the algorithm. Okay, now after getting, as I told you, the first 3 steps of 5 steps are same for all the languages. Now we will try to implement this algorithm in different languages, in C, C++, Java, Python, like that. So next step, next to what are the 2 steps? Pseudo code, then code. So pseudo code. Okay, for pseudo code and code we have to take one by one language. So let us take first C language. In C language, declare xyz. How you are declaring? Int x y z. Int is the type of data what you are entering. You will enter some strings abcd, or you will enter some numbers 10 20 like that. If you are entering some numbers, it is int. If you are entering some real numbers like 10.2, it is float, like that. Data types we will discuss in the theory concept, we have not entered. So for the time being, just for integer data type we are writing int. That is the declaration over. Second step, assign values to x and y. How we are assigning values? X equal to 10 semicolon, y is equal to 20. Okay, similarly calculate z. Next step, z equal to x plus y. So z is equal to x plus y. Okay, next step, display the result. In C language, to display the result, to display something, the syntax is printf. Printf z. Okay, I have written it is pseudo code, it is not the exact code. That means I want to print z. That's it. Now when you are writing the C program, how we will write? First put the frame, put the format. So in my last video for hello world program, I have taken the format. For C program, has include stdio.h. Here you may take int main or void main, opening curly bracket, closing curly bracket, return 0. If it is int, then return 0. If it is void, no need to write anything. So first you write the format. After putting the format, it is same for all the C programs. So no need to think why it is for the beginning. Okay, put the format. Then after, write the pseudo code in the coding format. So almost all the lines are written in C. So int xyz, step 1, declaration. X equal to 10, y equal to 20, it is also direct. Assignment statement. Calculation of z, z equal to x plus y. Printf I have written in short form. Here I will write in full form. Printf, the syntax of printf is write whatever you want to write inside the double quote, then the variable name. This is the syntax of full syntax of printf. Here what will be printed? Result is equal to, in place of percentage d, it is called control string. If you want to print some integer value, you don't know the value, then you write percentage d. If it is character, percentage c. If it is real number, percentage f. If it is big real number, percentage for float, percentage l. For double, percentage lf. So here the variable whose value you want to print. Okay, that's the syntax in C language. Now C and C++, there is not much change. So what you have to change is just this printf. In C++ language, it will be cout. That's it. It is C++ program. Okay, in C++ program, just printf will be cout. Everything else will be same. So here also it will be cout. Cout two greater than. Okay, now this is the format in C++. No percentage will be there. Okay, double quote. Now what after that, what you want to print? Value of z. So z, it is the format of Cout. Okay, that is the print format of printf. Here in place of stdio you take iostream. That's it. C++ program. See, I have not changed anything except the printf statement. That's it. Your C program becomes C++ program. Now Java. Okay, in Java the pseudocode will be the same. Only the printf statement will be println. Okay, so here we put the format of Java. So it is Java program. As I discussed in the last program, the format of Java program is public class any name whose first character is a capital letter. I have taken main. Then public static void main, inside parenthesis capital S string square bracket args arguments. This is written for command line argument. When you will read a command line argument, you will know why it is written. So this is the format of Java program. So since two opening curly brackets are there, so two closing curly brackets are there. Okay, since it is void main, no return type is required. Okay, only everything will be same. See, only Cout statement will be println. That is system capital S system dot out dot println. That's it. Okay, here plus. So see, the concept is same, algorithm is same, pseudocode is same, Java program is also same, only the formats are getting changed in each language. That's it. Okay, there is no change of any concept, and there is no need to change the algorithm. That's why I am telling initially when you are learning a programming language, don't enter into the language, don't confuse between the languages what I will read. Okay, let us do the same program in Java. In Python. In Python, see, everything is same, but there is a small change that explicit declaration is not required. First of all, these symbols are not allowed, semicolon not allowed. Okay, in place for printing purpose we are using print. That's it. So since there is no semicolon here, so you can't write in one line, you have to write in two lines. That's it. See, concept is not changed, code is not changed, algorithm is not changed, only the main code will be changed. Python. In Python, what will write? In Python, there is no special character. In the next video we will see regarding the tokens. There we will know there is no curly bracket in Python. Okay, so these formats are also not there. As I told you, declaration is not there. X equal to 20, y equal to 10, write in two lines. Directly you can write either x equal to or any other name you can take x only, because we are taking x equal to 10, y equal to 20, z equal to x plus y, no semicolon. Okay, now for printing purpose in Python program, we are having print. Okay, how it is used? Print, parenthesis, single quote, what you want you write, result is equal to, if you don't know any value, give a curly bracket only, don't write anything inside it, leave it. Okay, now inside this curly bracket, what value will write, that you write in format Z. So it is the print format. Okay, now see which language is easier, you decide. Here there is no format at all, but in a single line you can't write multiple statements. That is the change in Python. Regarding pseudocode, almost same in all languages. Algorithm, it is same in all the languages. It is almost same. It is slightly different according to their format. So what happens while we are learning a language, we will concentrate on this part, algorithm. If these 3 steps is okay, then these 2 steps are very easy, whatever the language might be. So in this video we have taken addition of 2 numbers without user input. In the next video we will take with user input, because there we have to know in different languages what are the syntax, input and value. Okay, so for this video this much is there. Thank you.